Pengakuan Muslim Pakistan usai datang ke Israel.
I have received 2 delegations last week, which showed me the great change. I received a delegation of Pakistani expats who live in the United States, but they are proud Pakistanis, together with other members of other countries in their region. And I must say, this was an amazing experience because we haven't had a group of Pakistani leaders in Israel ever in such scope. And that all stemmed from the Abraham Accords, meaning Jew and Muslim can dwell together in the region, of course, with Christians who live in the region and Druze and other religions.
Untuk pertama kalinya 15 orang Pakistan datang ke Israel secara resmi, termasuk wartawan terkenal Pakistan, Ahmed Qureshi. Beberapa datang dengan paspor Pakistan yang belum mempunyai hubungan diplomatik dengan Israel. Mereka berkunjung ke kediaman Presiden Israel, Knesset, dan tembok ratapan serta Museum Holocaust Yad Vashem.
Almost 60 years ago, my mother told me that, one day I hope you can go to the Dome of the Rock and visit Israel. That was 60 years ago. So I'm certainly very happy that I got this opportunity to visit Israel.
I didn't know what to expect coming here because the media always portrays this place to be very dangerous. And I wouldn't have been brave enough, I think, to come on my own because of all the misconceptions I've had. And for me, I'm not only eager now to come back, but I'm going to come back with my family. And, I'm going to especially tell people that this is a country you cannot miss. And the amount of things you can learn here and the amount of things to appreciate here, I think you can appreciate nowhere else in the world.
I wanted to see for myself whether what we hear is true or it's not true. And we are just blown away. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I've had the most wonderful experience. I feel I'm amongst my brothers and sisters and my family around me.
We were not hearing any good things about here, about the people, about the government, about anything. I came here, my perspective was totally changed.
When the Abrahamic Accords were signed, at that time I was not very sure about its success because I felt that the positions on both sides are so polarized that it would be terribly difficult to bring the two peoples together. But now that I have come here and I have seen what Israel is and what the thinking among not only the political leaders like in the Knesset we met the members, I think there is nothing that should stop the Muslim community or the Arabs particularly to make peace with Israel. What Sharaka has done by catching on to the concept of Abrahamic Accords pursuing this by bringing in people together is very, very important. It has certainly changed my thinking completely.
But if you come to Israel and you do nothing except one thing, that should be to visit Yad Vashem. Honestly, I never understood the depth, the meaning of never again. And as I leave Israel with the understanding that the Jewish people went through terrible, terrible experience in Holocaust, and that experience can happen with other people of the world. And we need to stop that, and to stop that, we need to fully understand what happened.
The visit at Yad Vashem It shook me up to the core. I had to many times stop myself from crying. No one was without tears. It made me felt the responsibility to keep the hope and to say never again.
The smiles in people's eyes when they heard like we're Muslims, Pakistanis, Americans, and the hugs we got and the thank you that so many Israelis walked up to us and said, thank you for doing this. By coming here, I was able to share the same experience and increase the knowledge and the education of the people that are with me. Building peace is good for the world. Why is it so difficult? Why do we have to demonize Israel? I know that this is a start of a beautiful conversation, of a beautiful exchange of ideas, but we need to grow this.
Fakta Israel berterima kasih kepada ke-15 orang Pakistan yang berani berdiri bersama Israel, berani melangkah untuk mengenal Israel, dan bersuara untuk perdamaian. Tak kenal maka tak sayang. Einstein berkata, perdamaian tidak bisa didapat dengan kekuatan. Perdamaian hanya bisa diraih dengan pengertian. Salam damai dari Fakta Israel.